Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Paul with the ball. There's the lob to the hoop. New Orleans on D. Here's Jackson. Outside, George. That three off the mark. Davis with it. Outside Holiday. And he gets it to go.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to O'Neal. On target from 13 feet. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry. And Davis gets it to go. And here are the Pacers now. 4-point game. Outside Jackson. Now Oladipo. Pass to George. Left side George. Money from the wing.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
On defense, Indiana. Mashburn. 6 to shoot. Outside Holiday. Here's the step back. And too long on the shot. And so it's Indiana with it. Trailing by 2. Outside Jackson. Back to George. There's a good screen. Oladipo. Back to George. Lets it go with a three. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Now Jackson. Back to O'Neal. Now Oladipo. It's good. This game is all even.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Davis. Back to Holiday. Knocks down the three ball. He's got 5.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
And here's Jackson. Paul with the ball. Mashburn. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Davis. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Pass to O'Neal. Now Jackson. Outside Jackson. Back to O'Neal. Inside. And he gets it to go.
You know, with that much of a height advantage, that's exactly what you should do. Take it straight to the rim.
Paul outside. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Indiana trailing here. Here's Jackson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Oladipo. Knocked loose. Back to Jackson. Pass to George. Gets a very good look and converts.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Paul outside. Outside, Davis. Mashburn. A three-pointer, no good.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Pass to George. Oladipo with the ball. Jackson. Here's Oladipo. Now, here's Oladipo. Latrey. No luck. Holiday. Left side, Davis. Left side, Davis. The open jump shot off the mark. And it's the Pacers ball. They trail by one. Outside, Jackson. There's the screen. George. Down low. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And here is Paul. Pass to Holiday. Now Davis. Back to Holiday. Paul with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Timeout called the Pacers. And here's George. Oladipo with the ball. Outside Jackson. Here's the screen. 5 on the clock. Here's Oladipo. Drains it from beyond the arc. He has 5.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Now here's Davis.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Jackson with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. George. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Pass to Davis. Here's George. They set the pick. Here's Paul. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. 6 points for him.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
New Orleans in the lead. Pass to Holiday. And it comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Outside Jackson. Now here's Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. Drains the three-pointer.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Back to Davis. Pass to Cousins. Gordon. Outside, Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson with it. Outside Jackson. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
We got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Outside Rose. Person. Outside Jackson. Pass to Rose. Pocket 6. Person. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
Here's Gordon. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Wesley. Pass to Person. With the shot. Kept alive by Indiana. Now Rose. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Davis. Now Cousins. Davis. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Leaps for it. Now here's Rose. Right side Rose. Pass to Person. Now Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. A fader. That one off the back iron and out. The Pelicans trail. Outside Gordon. Wesley. And the shot is good. Jackson with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. A floater. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And he gets the bucket. Outside, Davis. Pass to Cousins. Good as it goes. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Pacers, and we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers? Indiana leading. Now here's Jackson. They set the pick. Pass to Person. Now Jackson. Here's Person. Back to Jackson. Here's Person. Shot clock at 6. Offline from the top of the key.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Outside Gordon. Fires the 3. Outside Davis. Over Rose. And Davis can't get it to go.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Chandler right side. Tries again. And the layup is up and in. Now Jackson. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And the Pacers call time here. The Pacers making a switch here. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Pass to Schrempf. Here's Person. And it's good. 9 points in the game so far. And here is Davis. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Stojakovic. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
Outside Jackson. Stevenson with it. Pass to Person. 4 on the shot clock. The shot will not go.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Here's Stojakovic. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Stevenson with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Person. Stevenson. Here's Person. Launches a 3. Tyson Chandler grabs the board.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Gordon. Now Davis. Stojakovic. Gordon. Here's Gordon. Shoots from the baseline. It's rebounded by Person.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The 3. Pelicans pull it in. Right side Davis. Drilled from 11 feet out. He has 6. Indiana trailing here. Now here's Stevenson. There's the pick. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Now Stojakovic. Here's Davis. No good from outside. Now here is Schrempf. Outside Jackson. Back to Schrempf. 6 on the shot clock. Shot's good. Here's Davis. He has 6. Pass to Anderson. He's covered by Person. Anderson inside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Anderson. The Pacers making a switch here. Both free throws good from Anderson. Here's Oladipo. He's got 8. Pass to George. Left side, George. And here's Stevenson. Here's Oladipo. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He's got 11.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Stojakovic. Back to Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense is nowhere around.
Here's the break. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. The Pacers making a switch here. From the inbound, he lays it in. Indiana leading. And here's Oladipo. 11 points in the game. Up top, Stevenson. Stolen by Stojakovic. Pass break, here we go. Here's Holiday. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Now here's Stevenson. Stevenson with it. Pass to O'Neal. Backing down. Here's Stevenson. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Stevenson. That's good. And here we go with Drew Holiday. Paul outside. Now here is Davis. It's going to be a goaltending ball here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Here's Indiana. Here's Oladipo. 11 points in the game. George with the ball. Back to George. Oladipo. 6 to shoot. Davis with the double team. Here's George. And the Pacers another 3.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Here's Paul. Pass to Davis. Backing in. Paul outside. Mashburn. Paul George grabs the miss. And here are the Pacers now. They lead by 4. Here's Oladipo. Off target with his 3. Now Holiday. He has 7. And he gets it to go. He's got 9.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Now Oladipo. Stevenson with it. For 3. That's good.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And so it's New Orleans with it. It's a 5-point game. Paul outside. Pass to Davis. Back to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. And the layup is good. 8 points for him.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
And here's Stevenson. He's got 7. Now O'Neal. That's good.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Paul with the ball. He's got 8. Pass to Davis. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Here's Oladipo. It's a 3-point game. George with the ball. To the paint, Oladipo, and the basket good. 13 points in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Now, here is Stojakovic. Pass to Davis. Paul outside. Now, here is Stojakovic. Shot clock at 5. Here's Paul, and it's blocked. Here's Oladipo. And here's Stevenson. Here's Stevenson. He has 7. Pass to O'Neal. Here's George. Off target from outside. And here is Davis. Now Paul. Mashburn. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
The Pacers making a change here. And here's Rose. Pass to George. Now Oladipo shoots the three. Shot is no good. Paul with the ball. 10 points for him. Wide open look. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Indiana leading. Now here's Oladipo. 13 points in the game. Here's Rose. Oladipo with the ball. Now Oladipo. 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go from the high post. He's got 15.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first. And that was pretty good.
Paul outside. Pass to Holiday. Right side Holiday. Soft touch off the glass. And here's Oladipo. From deep three-point range. That misses, would have kind of had it gone in. And the first half comes to a conclusion. It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Jackson with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Oladipo with the ball. Smits. And he uses the glass on the layup. The Pelicans trail. And here is Paul. Takes a three. That's good. 13 points in the game.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Now, here's Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. Back to George. It's tipped. And here they come. Here's Davis. Finishes the break with a slam. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Jackson with it. Pass to George. And here's Oladipo. And again, it's Indiana converting.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Outside, Davis. Kicks it out to Paul. Shot clock at 3. For the lead. O'Neal with the rebound.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
George. A beautiful reverse layup. 9 points in the game so far.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now here's Paul. Outside Holiday. Pass to Davis. Clock at 6. And that one's good.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
And the Pacers call time here. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's O'Neal. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 6.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Here's Davis. Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
And you know what else I like about him, Steve? He'll do whatever it takes to help that team out. We've seen him take some absolutely gut-wrenching charges that a lot of other guys would simply avoid.
And here are the Pacers now. They lead by 1. Pass to George. O'Neal with it. Outside Jackson. Can't get it to go. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Davis. And he goes in for the dunk. And it's the Pacers with the ball. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Jackson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's George. Buries the long-range jumper.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Now here's Paul. He's got 13. Pass to Davis. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
A nice shot by George. And the Pelicans with the possession. Trailing by 4. Outside, Davis. The finger roll finish at the bucket. 17 points in the game.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Outside Jackson. Pass to O'Neal. Just 5 to shoot. Now Oladipo. Here's George. Offensive rebound. O'Neal inside. Here's Jackson. No good with the triple. Here's Paul. Paul, right side. Shot is blocked. Pass to O'Neal. And he lays it straight in. He's got 8. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. The Pacers making a change here. The Pelicans trail. Now Holiday. 11 points in the game. Outside, Davis. Shot, high post. It's rebounded by Person. And here comes Oladipo. Pass to Person. Now Hibbert. Chandler on him. 6 on the shot clock. Just his first attempt. And the Pacers tack on 2 more. Now here is Davis. He's got 17. Randall. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Now Jackson. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Now Oladipo. Back to Jackson. Pass to Person. Here's McGinnis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Person. Person no good. Holiday with it. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Holiday. Indiana leading. And here's Jackson. Here's Oladipo. Outside Jackson. Now here's Oladipo. Pass to McGinnis. Oladipo with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. And Chuck Person good for 3, the rifleman. He's got 12.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Outside Holiday. Holiday left side. Davis with it. And Davis gets it to go.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Outside Jackson. Oladipo. They get a hand on it. Pass to Davis. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Now, here's Oladipo. He's got 17. Now, here's Jackson. Chandler comes with the double team. 6 to shoot. Outside Jackson. And that one hits back iron.
He's yet to make an impact from the field, but his team is taking care of business.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And the Pelicans making a change here. Wesley. Randall. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. This is his first free throw of the game. No good on that one. That one is no good.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Jackson with it. Jackson with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. 2 on the clock. Outside, Davis. Right side, Davis. To tie, and that one's good. He's got 22. So it's the Pacers now. Outside Jackson to the middle. Oladipo. They recover it, and it's Hibbert missing. A chance here to retake the lead.
You can see the intensity on display here these last few minutes.
Every time it gets scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now here's Jackson. And Chuck Person good for 3, the rifleman. 15 points in the game. The Pelicans trail. Outside, Davis. Pass to Chandler. And here is Davis. There's the pick. It's rebounded by Roy Hibbert.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Here's Davis. 24 points for him. Outside Holiday. Goes up the baseline, and he gets the jumper to drop. Now here's Jackson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Right side Jackson. Oladipo. Off target at the rim.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
And the shot is good.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Oladipo. Back to Jackson. Now Oladipo. And he gets it to go from the corner. 19 points in the game.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
The kick out to Holiday. Misses off the right eye. Throws it from deep. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Pelicans on. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Here's Holiday. They set the pick. Back to Anderson. Pass to Cousins. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And you know what? He is also relentless on the boards. He works as hard on his rebounding as anybody you're going to see. They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
Pass to Hibbert. Now, here is Schrempf. And here is Williams. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
New Orleans in the lead. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Now Jackson. Pass to Williams. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Jackson. Clock at 6. Gives him a lead pass. And that one's good.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Holiday. Backing down his Cousins. Tries in the post. It's rebounded by Roy Hibbert. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Outside Rose. Schrempf. Williams up on top. Pass to Jackson. Dives for it. Now here is Davis. Back to Davis. Now Cousins. He's against Hibbert. The 19-foot shot. No good from Cousins. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Wesley. Pass to Holiday. Now Davis. Back to Holiday. Jacks up a 3. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Now here's Jackson. Outside Jackson. Rose with the ball. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Just a tiny lead for him.
Yeah, but a chance to make it grow here.
Now here's Holiday. Comes up empty down low. And here's Jackson. Outside Williams. Back to Jackson. Pass to Hibbert. Now Schrempf. 6 on the shot clock. There's the steal. And they're pushing it up. Here's Holiday. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And here's Rose. Schrempf with it. Outside Jackson. He nails it. And we're tied up.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Holiday. Hibbert on the double team. Pass to Anderson. Back to Davis. Now Holiday. Outside, Davis. Anderson connects from three-point range.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
There's a screen. Another shot. And it's Williams laying it in. Here are the Pelicans with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Davis with it. Back to Anderson. Pass to Davis. A three ball. And another three for New Orleans.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Here's Jackson. And here's Rose. And he swishes it right through.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Here comes Holiday. Back to Cousins. He's covered by Rose. Pass to Anderson. Shot clock at 5. Back to Holiday. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
The D has gotten a little lax defending your three-point shot at that end.
Now here's Jackson. Outside Rose. Right side Rose. Hibbert with it. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Holiday. Pass to Anderson. Wesley. Poke loose. The three. Now here's Anderson. And he gets it to go.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Now here's Jackson. Now here's Hibbert. Back to Jackson. Pass to Hibbert. Just 4 to shoot. Rose with the ball. On deep. Cousins pulls it in.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Davis. Here is Anderson. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Jackson.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Here's Holiday. Pass to Cousins. He's against Hibbert. From 6 away. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Outside for Jackson. Five on the clock. And that one's good.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
New Orleans in the lead. Now Holiday. Pass to Anderson. No good on the 3. And here's Schrempf. Tries it from 19. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Holiday with it. Wesley. And here is Davis. Left side Davis to the inside. Here's Cousins. And he converts the layup. Here's Jackson. Pass to Rose. Back to Jackson. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Now here's Anderson. Here's Cousins. Now here's Anderson. Clock at 4. Davis trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Jackson. Pass to Rose. Now Schrempf. Back to Rose. Makes it off the glass.
You know, shooting as well as he has from the floor in the game this tight, guys, you've got to think he's going to be a factor near the end.
The Pacers making a switch here. And here's Holiday. Leads him in there. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Indiana trailing here. Now here's Jackson. They set the screen. Pass to George. Here's Oladipo. Now here's Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Inside. Smith. Can't hit. Now Holiday. Mashburn. From deep. And here's Holiday. George with the ball. Pass to McGinnis. Backing down. Pelicans with the rebound. Paul outside. They double him with George. Davis up top. He's got a clear path. McGinnis throws down the breakaway jam. And the Pelicans with possession here. It's a one-point game. Here's Davis. Pass to Davis. Backs in. Shoots it. It's blocked. And they're running. Jackson with it to take the lead. McGinnis. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. Now here's Holiday. Pass to Davis. It's in! Jackson with it. Sinks it! Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Paul outside. Pass to Davis. Backs him down. Gets it back. Outside Holiday. Second chance shot. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get him to the penalty. On the Pacers with possession here. They lead by 1. And so they choose to intentionally foul. That's the first net. So he gets them both.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Guys, what's your take? To Paul. Pass to Holiday. From outside the arc. No good from three-point territory. And now they foul and stop the clock. He drops the first one. up at the line, no good. So a close game. Victor Oladipo.
Yeah. Hey. We came to fight, we came to win, we lost the ball, but never again. Back on our grind, you know what it is.